Well, hello there, folks. How's it going today? I hope you're all doing really good. So, you're thinking about modding your Squier Affinity. Well, I happen to have one right on the bench here today, and that's what we're about to do. So, if you're interested, stick around. I'm going to give you some friendly advice and some pointers on going about changing some of these parts over, okay? So this guitar belongs to a friend. He just picked this up a few days ago, and the back pickup did not work, so that's going to go. We're going to change the bridge plate out as well, and the pick guard, and we may do something here. This had a Bigsby on it as well, if you could call it that. It was really in just not of good quality, let's just say that. So we took that off and got rid of that as well. So anyway, what we're going to do is take this off, bridge and pickup, and we're going to change the pick guard out to a black one, which I have here. I think that's going to be a definite game changer in the looks department. I like that black a lot better, right? Okay, so let's start with that right there. Let's say you're going to change your pick guard, okay? Now, this happens a lot. They're just not the same size as a standard USA tally in a few different respects, which we're going to get into here. But so first one is this. You can see that the pick guard is not routed out for this sized control plate. So how are we going to fix that? Well, we're going to have to file it out more than likely. The first thing we'll need to do is get the pick guard on there straight. We'll check all the lines. We'll try to start some screws in, which more than likely will not line up because they never do. But anyway, that's just how this goes. You're modding your guitar. You got to deal with it. So here's a good little hack that I like to do. You leave the plastic right on your pick guard, okay? You loosen up these screws enough so you can slide the pick guard under the control plate. Now there's enough depth here from the screw to the edge of the control plate to do it too. So you slide that under, you set the control plate back down on it, you take a magic marker and you make a line right around the end of the control plate onto the plastic on the pick guard. Okay? Then you can file this out just till you hit the back side of that line, and that should fit perfect. So that keeps the control plate straight for you, and it also gives you a nice reference mark so you can, file that out or however you want to go about removing that material. Now, the other thing to keep in mind, which, this is an aftermarket guard. The space from the edge of the pick guard to the edge of the body can vary. You just got to do the best you can, The big thing is having it straight across here as well. Now, this is not the original bridge plate to this guitar, and I can tell you why right here. Okay, so I've got the mounting holes lined up right where they go. Can you see the gap here where the pickup cavity is? The reason is because a Squier Affinity has a longer bridge plate. So we don't have the Squier Affinity bridge plate. So what we're going to do is we're going to deal with that little gap. It's not that big of a deal. We're going to put a Wilkinson bridge plate on it with compensated brass saddles, which is a major upgrade. $16. Don't even think twice. That is a great upgrade. Now, here's another hack you can do. If you have the Affinity bridge plate on your guitar, which covers the whole pickup cavity, you can drill 3 holes in that bridge plate and then just steal the saddles out of there, and you'll have the same setup and you just won't have that gap, okay? But if you don't have the original bridge plate, that's what it's going to be. It's not the end of the world. You're not going to see it playing your guitar. And it's a Squier. Plug it in and rock it. Who cares, right? You just want it to play well, sound well. This is a major upgrade, in my opinion. I did this to a Pats caster that I have, and the sustain and ring and everything changed immensely. So, and it stayed, it's intonated perfectly. The compensated saddles, which are cut to, compensate, so to speak, so you can intonate your guitar, versus the old style, like these round barrels, okay? You can kind of get it close, but never great. These ones work really well. So anyway, that's a couple little tips I wanted to share with you guys on changing these parts around. They're all a little different, like I said. I think the control plates are actually a little different size too. There are some differences versus an American Fender Tele. Another thing, the headstock on these is, well, this one looks pretty close. I have a Squier Affinity that has a bigger headstock on it than an American Telecaster too. Does it change the sound? I think it does, honestly. They're just different. There's just a lot of differences, little subtleties that, it takes a while to figure this stuff out, but they're really not the same guitar, so it's really tough to compare one of these to an American or a Mexican Telecaster. They're a little different. The bodies are thinner. And like I said, the headstocks can be bigger than a standard Telecaster headstock. The bridge plate's longer. There's just little things like that it all adds up at the end of the day, in my opinion. But if you are going to mod it or change your pickguard, I just wanted to share that. It's probably not going to line up, but that's a good way to check it and mark it. Loosen that up, tuck that under there, and then start working on, making sure everything's lined up here. And then you can actually screw that screw down a little bit and pinch that down. Get it just where you want it, make your mark, take it out, file it out, and sand it, however you want to go about it. And it should fit good, and you'll have a nice finished look around that control plate. So that's one little thing. And also, like I said, I wanted to share this with you. So if you don't want to look at that little gap like that, then don't bother ordering a Wilkinson replacement or a Fender replacement, because it's going to be the same thing as this. All right. So the Affinity is a little bit longer. And like I said, I drilled mine out and left it on the, put it back on the guitar and just put these on it. And you got the same thing. And then you don't have to look at the hole. So just a few little things I wanted to point out. Like I said, maybe you don't want to order a bridge plate for it, Or if you do, or if you can just order the saddles, do that and then drill them out. If it's a top loader or what have you. This is a top loader, so it's already got the holes punched out in them on the Wilkinson for the 6 strings, so we don't have to worry about that. And you can do the string through as well. You can go either way with it. Pretty neat. And like I said, it's only 15 or 16 bucks for this with shipping. I got this on eBay, so I'm not sure what he paid for the pickguard. He picked that up, and he also changed these over to rollers. And like I said, we're getting rid of this eyesore from that to that. I think it's going to look nice when we get it all back together, and we got a new pickup for it as well. So it's used, but it's an actual Squier pickup that he either had or picked up, and it has like 8 ohms of resistance, so should sound pretty good. It's a flat pole. This one ohmed out pretty good too. I think it was near 7 maybe, if I remember right. So this thing should sound pretty nice. And like I said, it's going to look a lot better and hopefully sound a lot better too. I know the brass saddles do make a big difference acoustically on these guitars by getting rid of the individual six saddles. It really was a shock to me the first chord I strummed on it after I changed mine out to the brass. Just a completely different guitar sonically. The resonance and the sustain changed a lot as well. So it's a good mod to do. And like I said, just keep that in mind. Don't throw your other plate away and go buy one of those and find out that it doesn't quite fit. It will work, but you're going to see a little gap. So I just wanted to point a few of those things out. Other than that, all we got to do is mount this stuff, run the wire through, and rewire it. Somebody had tried to mod this thing, and they made a mess inside, so we stripped all that garbage out of there. We're just going to hook it up stock like a regular telly, and should work just fine. Other than that, the guitar's super clean. It was, something somebody bought and never played. Tried to modify it. Still didn't play it. And here it is. Anyway, the tuners I think are original. They seem to be good though. I did polish the frets, and I had to file a few of them down and recrown them. There were a few high frets, but it's pretty good for the most part. Only had to do a few, so I didn't have to level the complete fretboard, which was nice. That's a common thing on these two. Take a fret rocker and, check your frets out, because right from the store, brand new, the frets are high on these. They're usually sharp. That's usually the downfall of them. Other than that, once you fix them up a little bit, get them so they won't cut your hands when you're playing them, they're good guitars. All right, folks. Well, thanks again for checking this out. I really hope this info helps. Like you said, I just wanted to share some of this so you're not totally shocked when you buy new parts and they don't quite fit your Squier Affinity. So hopefully that helps, and we'll see you guys real soon. Be good. Okie doke.